So,
Hey,
so excited to have you here. If you don't know what it is, check this out. I can't wait until we have music on that. So we've started these new Motivational Mondays, and I'm so excited to introduce you to our first guest on the Mink Life Motivational Mondays, our Mink Talks. Um, our first guest is Frank Iraro. He is a married father of two based in the UK. He is a certified executive coach. He's a published author and author of Dream, Manifest Your Path to Joy and Peace and Commitment. And today he is going to be performing for you a very special piece. And this piece is called Made Up, and it is a poem with exploration. So, without further ado, I am going to stop talking. Frank, take it away.
wow. Thank you very much, Monica. Thanks. I'm so excited to be here. Yes, I love to speak in poetry, and this piece is called Made Up. The story behind this is I wrote this on my birthday this year as I was contemplating what life really meant and how much of it was that real. Made Up by Frank Bolaji Irawa. Made up me, apparently a single self, being preserved at all cost. All made up. That's me. Made up me. Such exquisite history. All the stories that define me. All made up about me. Made up me. Who I ought to be. How much it takes to reach. All made up, you see. Made up me. Whose love will fill me, the only one made for me, all made up like all the others. Made up me, what I deserve, what it takes to be enough, all made up on the hearth. Made up me, what my services are worth, what it will take to be content. So made up, none can agree. Made up me, made up so much, don't know where it stops. All mind made up behind the scenes. Made up me, why take it so seriously? Might as well have fun. Nothing to lose. I'm all made up. And so the question and the invitation really for anyone listening is that if our mind has made up all these stories about who we are and how we should be and how we could be, how much of our lives are we really living in the present moment? How much of it is determined by what we're really conscious of? If we were to detach from all the stories about all the things that we think we ought to be, and we become present to who we truly are in the present moment, how different would our lives really be? How much energy do we spend preserving when really we could be living? So my invitation is to look behind the scenes at all the things that your mind has made up and really begin to consider how much of it is real and how much you want to spend your life fulfilling. And then begin to really think and connect to your deepest self and say, what do I really want to do with myself? How much fun do I want to have playing and trying things out, knowing that none of it is life defining because it's all made up anyway.
That was fantastic, Frank.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate you coming on and sharing with that. And as you can see, someone had commented, thank you for the poem. Um, we were having technical difficulties today, and so that's why you didn't get to actually see the expression as well as listen to it. But that was a really profound poem. We have a couple more minutes before we're supposed to finish up. So, out of curiosity, when you are in this zone of genius of yours and you are playing out these poems or writing these poems, where does that come from?
So the inspiration for poems come from all places. Very often it might be when I'm running. It might be in this case, actually, I was literally in the gym. I had a day pass for a gym. So I was in there just literally having a rest. And it just came up to me, how much of all this is made up? And the piece just flowed from there. So it's really just sometimes I'd write something down and come back to it later. And then something will spark and I'll just start writing. So it sometimes you in one hit is done. Sometimes you come back to it several times, and it's just really messages that I've encountered either from my own personal story or from clients that I've done work with in coaching, where we kind of explore things, and I see themes that repeat across multiple clients. And I think, well, if I create a piece, then I can use that for people. They go away and they reflect on it, and it helps them in their journey between sessions, because a lot of the magic of coaching happens between sessions, actually, not necessarily in the sessions themselves.
Yeah, that's so true. It's the alchemy of having a lesson and there being a bit of time to kind of like sit and stew in that lesson, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
indeed. And
Uh,
poetry is a wonderful medium for people to really just engage with ideas and concepts and get their own thinking going.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I created this platform of Motivational Mondays open mic is because there are so many different ways that we can be motivated. It doesn't just have to come from our coaching sessions, right? It doesn't
Mm,
just have to come from um, from being face to face and having a direct conversation with someone, but art itself has been a great motivator and an inspiration to us. And so I wanted to bring forth some different mediums and some different ways for people to be able to share and get people motivated. So thank you for being a part of this lovely experience with me in this experiment, if you will, on how
thank
we
you
can.
very much for the invitation.
Yeah, no problem. So I know um, you have a call to action, and I want to give you an opportunity to kind of share a little bit about this. So I know you wanted to share with everyone that they can connect with you weekly with your weekly poetic wisdom. So can you just explain a little bit about what this is and why someone should actually take you up on doing this?
Indeed. So my kind of coaching is called transformation. And the idea behind it is that we inherently have everything we need to fulfill our purpose and mission. And it's just a matter of us getting out of the way and understanding all the things that the mind might come and use to get in the way. So, what I've done is I've created a series of weekly poetic wisdom that are sent out via email. And the idea is that every Sunday in the morning, you wake up with this in your inbox, and basically, it's similar format to what I've just presented, a piece of poetry and then some thoughts that cause you to reflect. And it's almost like having your own coach in your own mailbox, really. That's how I put it. And the idea is really not to add to you things that you don't have, but to help you see what's already in there and to help you use and leverage that to begin to serve and manifest your best life in the world.
Love that. So you have heard it here first, folks, or not first, but you've heard it here. If you want to get in touch with Frank and get his weekly wisdom poetry, you can just go to the link that we've dropped below. And also, some of the platforms has actually been linked in the comments and get your weekly poetic wisdom. Thank you very much, Frank, for being on with me today and giving us this little spot of wisdom. Uh, we will see you guys all for the next session. Bye.
Yes, thank you very much. Bye, everyone. Thanks for joining.